Hello, and welcome back to a new video by the Devscorch platform. My name is Johan and I will be your host in this video. Okay, so we have been building the Devscorch Academy API. As some of you know, I am actually building this in public so that you guys can actually see how you can actually build a fully functional API using Swift. And in the last video we created the authentication system. And now we're actually gonna start building the controllers. Well, there is one more thing that we need. And before we're going to build the controllers, we're actually going to build something that is called middleware. So first we go to check really quick. Okay, so we go to our routes, that's here. And inside the routes, we're actually going to build some middleware. So what we're going to do, first we're going to do basic auth middleware. So middleware is actually like how the best way to describe this. It's like a piece of code or functionality that actually takes care of the different kinds of security and different kinds of things that we actually have to do, right? So first we're gonna build the basic ones. So basic auth middleware is gonna be let basic auth middleware equal to user model dot authenticator. Next is going to be let guard middleware equal to user model dot guard dot guard middleware. Then we have, let me think, do we need that one? You know what, we're gonna write this one. I'm not sure if we're ever going to use it, but if we're going to use it, we already have it. So you can actually do app.routes.grouped, and this is going to be the basic auth middleware, comma, and the guard middleware. Perfect. Now we have to create one more. That's going to be the basic auth group. So basic auth group, and the basic auth group actually makes sure that we send information secure as well. So app.routes.grouped. And this is going to be the basic auth middleware, just like this. Now we have to create another one. And that's going to be the token auth. So with the token auth, it actually allows us to start working with the tokens. So we're going to do let token auth middleware is equal to token model dot authenticator. Then we can do let token auth group is equal to, let me check really quick, app.routes.group, and this is going to be the token auth middleware, and we're going to have the guard middleware. So this actually means that we actually can use this one, the token, for logging in and everything what we want to do, right? So okay, I was talking about creating our own middleware, right? So that's what we're going to do. So we're actually going to create something inside the middleware folder, and this one is actually going to be called check if admin. So we're actually going to check if the admin, or if it's actually an admin that is logged in, that's actually using the routes, and if it's not an admin, it's actually going to get like an error like forbidden, right? So we're going to call this check admin middleware, and inside here import paper, then struct check admin middleware, just like this, and this is going to be async middleware. Okay, so what we're going to need is going to respond this one. What we're going to do, guard let user is equal to request dot auth dot get, and we're going to get the user model dot self, comma, user dot role equal to role enum dot admin dot raw value, else we're going to throw abort, and we can actually do like dot I think forbidden, this one. Then we can add a reason. Sorry. you need admin rights to access this resource. Please contact sysadmin if you think this is incorrect. After that, we can actually do return try await next dot respond, and we're gonna do respond to request. Request. So what this does, it actually checks if the user is authenticated. The moment the user is authenticated, it's gonna check the user.role, and if the user.role is equal to admin, everything is okay. If it's not okay, so if it's something else than role.enum.admin, we're actually gonna get like a dot forbidden reason. Sorry, you need admin rights to access this resource. Please contact the sysadmin if you think this is incorrect. And then after that, we actually send a new response, or we actually respond to the request itself, okay? So now we have done that. In here, we can actually do admin auth. And we can actually go to, let me check really quick. So we're gonna do let admin middleware is equal to check admin middleware, then let admin token auth group equal to app.routes.grouped token auth middleware, and we're gonna add the admin middleware. So pretty cool. So this actually means that now we have this one, the admin token auth group. We can actually say like, when I want to register a route that's only for admins, we only have to add this one in the front, and the middleware actually checks if the user is an admin. And the reason why we do it like this is it's actually really hard now for a normal user to actually get access to these groups, right? Because we actually secured it. Okay, so now we go to controllers. And first we're gonna create the user controller. So in here, we go to user controller. We're gonna do a new folder, no, not a new folder. We're gonna delete that one again. We're gonna create a new file. Just like this, new file. We're gonna call this the user controller. Just like this. Import Fluent, import paper. And first we need to create a handler, right? So we're actually gonna create a handler protocol. But let me check. So this is the user protocol. And let me think. In the user protocol, we can actually create like a new protocol. We're gonna call this user handler protocol. Open this one up. So the user handler protocol, that's actually like almost the same as the user protocol. Only difference is this one is gonna decode all the requests and actually gonna send all the requests to the user protocol itself, okay? So we can actually get rid of this one for now because I don't think we're gonna need it. And inside the user handler protocol, we can actually create an associated type of answer because we don't need the model. Then we have the associated type of request, associated type of status. Okay, then we can do func. This is going to be create. Now there we're going to do rec. This is going to be request, just like this. Async throws. And if I'm not mistaken, we actually are throwing the answer. So we actually are throwing user.public. So func get. It's gonna be rec of request. Async throws. Answer. Func update. Rec of request. Async async throws, answer. I'm gonna do func delete, rec of request. Then we're gonna do async throws. And this is gonna be status, just like this. So now we can actually go up here to user controller, struct user controller of user handler protocol. Okay, then we're gonna do protocol stubs. Clean this up a little bit. And okay, so the answer is gonna be user model dot public. Request is gonna be request. And the status is going to be an HTTP status. This one. Then we have to wait till the protocol reloads. There it is. Boom. And as always, we're gonna Command X this one. We're gonna paste it. So with create, we can actually do something like let user is equal to. I think it's gonna be try await. No, just try. We can actually do try rec.content.decode. We're actually gonna decode the create user DTO.self. So we're actually decoding the information of the create user DTO. Then we can do return try await. User services. Okay. User services dot create can be rec. The create DTO is going to be user. So this is actually everything. So what happens is when the user is actually, or when somebody wants to register, they go to this route or this controller, and this controller is called, and this controller actually decodes the information and sends the information to the user service.create, right? So in here, what we can do let user is equal to try rec.auth.require. I think it was this one. This is going to be user model.self. And then we can actually do return try await. User services.get rec, and the object is going to be the user.id, I think. Go to the get really quick to see what happens. So services. And yes, here it's actually turned in the UUID. And I think we actually have to do .id.uuid string. Yes. Okay, so this actually returns the UUID string of the user. Yeah, do you think? Sure. Okay. That's perfect. Okay, so this UUID string is actually returned from the user itself. Then it's actually decoded to UUID, and that way the user actually gets himself back, right? And then he actually sees his profile with user model.public. So in here, we're gonna do let the user equal to try await rec.auth.require user model.self. Then we can do let updated user equal to try. We actually don't need the try await here, just try. So we can actually do rec.content.decode update user DTO.self. Then we're gonna do return try await. And we send back the user services update. This is going to be rec. The object is going to be updated user.id.uuid string. Let's actually do it like this, and then we're going to have the updated user, just like this. So now you can actually see how relatively easy type update user. Oh, sorry, this has to be user. User.id.uuid string. So now you can actually see how relatively easy it is, right? Because the services are secure, they cannot be called without calling this. And it can only be called if the user is logged in and he can only go to his own information. So this is really important. So after that, in the delete, user is equal to try, rec.auth.require, user model.self, then return try await, user services dot delete rec, and the object is going to be the user dot id dot uuid string. Pretty cool. So yeah, this is actually what we only need to do for now for the user controller. Let's actually change the name of the file with a capital C. And yeah, we actually finished our user controller, so this was actually really cool. And yeah, we can actually already register those. So let's go to routes, and under the auth mark, I'm gonna call this the controllers. Let auth controller equal to auth controller this. Then let user controller equal to user controller. Now we can actually start registering some routes. So let's mark register auth routes. We can actually do basic auth group dot post, and in here let's give this like a value of login for now, and we can actually do auth controller dot login handler. We can delete the last part. So now when we call this one, we can actually send our information to this one, to the basic auth group. That actually means that we sent our email and our password. And then this one actually generates the token, and then we can do other stuff. So then we're going to do mark. We're going to call this the registered user routes. And we can actually do something like basic, I think we need basic auth group.post. I'm going to call this register. Let me check this really quick before we're gonna write this and it's not alright. Check this really quick. Yeah, exactly. So this is actually alright. So in here we can actually call the user controller. Why isn't okay. User controller dot create. You can actually get this one array. And now users can actually log in and they can actually register. This is actually really, really cool. So in here we can actually do token auth group dot get. You can actually do something like, instead of register, you can say like profile, comma, need a comma in here, use user controller dot get. Close this one really quick, just like this. So yeah, then we can do another one. We can actually do token auth group dot, I think it's gonna be patch, just like this. We can also run this on profile if we want. Theoretically we could run this on profile, theoretically, but yeah, I think we do this on profile. So we can actually do user controller dot update. And this one is finished. Okay, then last but not least, token auth group dot profile dot delete. We can actually call profile, and we can use user controller dot delete. So instead of profile in here, I think we actually You know what? Let's actually add a second string here. This is going to be update. And this one is going to be delete. Because otherwise we're going to send like different kinds of requests to the same one, and then we have some problems. Okay. So yeah, so we finished our first controller. We actually added all the information what we wanted to do. In the next video, we're actually gonna change this around a little bit, because now we actually added like just normal strings. And while this is not bad, it's not bad that we do it like this. It is actually cleaner if we put this in an enum and then actually call the enum. So that's what we're gonna do in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you start to understand how this all works and why we do something and how we do it. And yeah, as always, if you have any questions, make sure to hit me down in the comments below or hit me up on Discord and I will be there to help you. Okay? So thank you for watching and I see you in the next video.